So bear with me, we'll start. It just takes a moment to get started. And by the way, folks, we're going live on YouTube, so we stream our meetings live. But just so you know, the recordings do not get recorded in the breakout room, only in the main room. So when you come back to the main room, it is being recorded. So without further ado, we're gonna get started right now. Here we go. Welcome, folks. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Winning on Wednesday. My name is Juan Vitas, and the purpose we're here for is to simply get to know each other. I always say people do business who they know, like, and trust. And speaking of trust and liking, we would like to start with our team, our WOW team. And throughout the meeting, I'll ask people the question of the week. That's going to be our board of advisors and also our WOW Plus members. Meryl, how are you, Meryl?
I am doing good. I am Meryl Oshner, founder, chief storyteller, and commercial podcast producer with Smith Douglas Associates.
Excellent. Thank you. Then we go next to Robin Shatskin. How are you, Robin?
Good morning, everybody. It's so great to see everybody. Robin Shatskin, SEO director for WOW, and also Travel by Robin S. I want to make everybody go away.
Excellent. And Robin, do we have any other news before we go to the breaking the ice or breaking?
Well, we have quite a few things that we want to just mention to everybody. Please make sure to go and add your name to the WOW directories. To the WOW basic directories.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about membership and everything else, but most important, because people have been asking me about those directories.
All right. Without further ado, Meryl, what's the question of the week?
The question of the week is, what are some networking skills you'll really like to work on this year?
Okay, here we go. I'm going to open up the rooms. Here we go. Welcome all. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Lashana. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I know I need to contact you, so bear with us. We just doing a lot of stuff at the new of the year. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Winning on Wednesday.
Great.
Good.
Could be doing better, but
Morning.
still alive.
Steve, how are you? Sarah, how are you? How you doing,
Good.
Sarah?
It's nice to be here.
Likewise. Okay. Well, welcome to Winning on Wednesday, everybody. Right now we are in the breakout rooms. So right now this is the main room. Normally what happens is that we ask the question of the week, and the question of the week is, what would you like to improve in your networking skills? What do you think needs improving of your networking skills? That's our question of the week. Because everybody is a good networker, but what do you think? What type of skills do you need improvement in on what's in your network skills that you feel that is lacking and anyone want to share that? Steve? I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. I mean, is there still bad habits that you still have that need improvement?
I would say chances are following up and doing one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Once again, it's easy to show up in a room, but
right,
it's hard to schedule all the one-on-ones that really make the difference.
Okay. Anybody else who would like to share? And the question of the week is, what do you think needs improvement in your networking skills? What do you think? What type of things do you think need improvement? And Steve, and I second that, is following up. One of the things that we do is we quite often meet people at networking groups and we get stacks of business cards. And the thing is, how do we follow up with these people? Or do we follow up with everybody, or do we strategically follow up with certain people? Or so what's your process, I guess, in networking?
So
I need to have sorry.
Go ahead, Lashana. Then Karen. Go ahead, Lashana.
All I was going to say is I need to do better with the networking. Like, I will make connections. was trying to put together like a spreadsheet and kind of put like names, email addresses, etc. How I met the person, how I could help the person, maybe how they could help me.
Mhm.
And I still have not done that yet. And I've met so
You-
many people in 2022, and it's really bad.
So
So
there,
I need to have a better follow-up process.
right. So there's some free software out there, that are customer relationship managers, they call it CMSs. Some are
Mhm.
paid, like Salesforce is expensive, but there are like Soho, like Google comes out with their products. So these are like a follow-up relationship managers. I used to use one called Act back in the days, so I'm like dating myself. But anyway, it was pretty cool because it was a database that it basically gives you alarms and everything to follow up with people, and how long has it been? It's been because I guess the relationship and networking is like planting seeds. You got to water them. If you don't water them, they're not gonna grow, and then they gotta produce fruits. So you gotta put in the work at the end of the way. That's what they call it, networking.
Yes.
Anybody else would like to share that? I mean,
So,
yeah. Go ahead, Karen. Yes.
sorry,
So,
I'm pretty good with, excuse me, with one-to-ones and even going back for a second or a third one-to-one. That's not where my problem is. My problem is following up with emails. I can follow up with the first email. I can semi-uncomfortably follow up with a second email. And that's where it ends. And I was just talking about this with another group, and they came at me from all different sides. And I do 5 emails and I do 7 emails. And finally, the guy who runs the group knows me, and he said, she's never going to do that. So don't even go there. It's not her nature. It's not who she is. She's not going to do it.
yeah.
And so that's where my problem is with, but I kind of stop at after the second email.
What tends to happen with me, and I agree with you, sometimes it gets lost in emails, particularly when it's like a long thread. Sometimes a lot of stuff gets lost in threads, and I quite find myself starting a brand new email sometimes doing that. So because again, to your point, things get lost in those threads and long emails.
Well, also I start to feel like Crazy Eddie, like I'm really, out there, so, and that's not my nature. So,
Yeah. Well,
thank
thank you for sharing. Anybody else? And that you can improve your skills, networking skills. Anybody else like to share, or does it? All right. I'm gonna call out on you guys. All right, Scott. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hate to do this to you, but what do you think needs improvement in your networking skills that needs improvement? We spoke about following up. So what are the things that you think that you might need improvement in?
I need improvement of weeding out the people who are, I'm trying to think of the right word, obligatory to my services versus the people who are really interested. I've done a lot of one-to-ones where it doesn't benefit either one of us. Sometimes it's, you look at every opportunity as an opportunity, but sometimes people are just yesing you to death.
And it's interesting because sometimes even people that you don't think might connect, their network, and sometimes they're secondary or tertiary networks that you may get referrals and leads. So that's why it's important to get to know folks, in
Yeah.
one-to-ones, because the more you know about them, it may not be something they might not be your client or customer, but their network. Remember, everybody has a network. If you hone into their network, you might be able to find other opportunities, but people got to put in the work and get to know one another. Just get to know people at a personal level. That's why I always say, become friends first, earn your keep, earn your trust, then do the business. And it's just the confidence, it's just trust. I think over time and the consistency, you have to be consistent too. Keep watering that plant, because if you don't water that plant, it's not going to grow.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm just being brutally honest. I mean, I've
no,
done
I
a few
appreciate that. You know what?
No,
That's
I've
great.
done a few
Thank you.
lately that it's been more of a B&M meeting than a network
Right,
meeting.
right. No, but you always one of the things one of the tips advice I do sometimes I look at the LinkedIn and see who they're connected with because sometimes that might spark a connection. You know, it's like, oh, you know
Mhm.
this person because if you know this person, it's like, okay, we have something in common. You always want to find that commonality that may bring you business because you never know that person might introduce you to a CEO or a CFO. You just never know. That's what I'm saying. So you always got to leave your options open. But to your point, you have to hone in your skills, sharpen it to find out who's a serious person that wants to do business with you or the potential of doing business. But that comes over time and practice. You have to do the one-to-ones. The more you do one-to-ones, the better you get at it. And the better you get a feel for people's energy. But you got to keep on doing those one-to-ones. Listen, when I ran for public office, I ran for state for a lot of people don't know this. Some of them might know this, but I ran for New York State Assembly and I knocked over 7,000 doors. After putting the work of knocking over 7,000 doors, you get to know people. You get a feeling for people, that people's energy. But that's over time because you condition yourself consistently over time. So anybody, we're coming up to the breakout rooms right here. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. How was that?
A
Is that
big
good?
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Some great insights.
Wow.
You know,
Great insight.
that
Okay.
was not like how. Let's try that again. How was that,
Okay.
everybody?
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, now let me ask Tony. Tony, what our WOW lawyer? Can you introduce yourself and tell us the question of the week, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm Tony Wolotica. I'm a business lawyer at Monday Law PC. We serve as outside general counsel to small and medium-sized businesses, and including litigation, contract review, trademark applications, and we don't do it. We have someone on our vast network that knows how. And the question of the week is, what do you want to learn more about in networking? How long you've been networking? What do you feel your strengths and weaknesses are?
Okay,
Before we go on, could someone, my chat is disappearing every time we
Okay,
leave.
we'll fix it. Okay, we'll address it just personally. Okay, here we
No,
go.
this
Here we
is,
go.
this is,
Here we go. What did I do? 5. Interesting. Hey, Ian. Hey, you made
Hello,
it.
I think I might have accidentally exited out early.
Yeah, how are you?
Pretty
Welcome
good, you?
back. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. I saw you signed
Yeah,
up, so that was awesome. I'm glad
thank you.
you're back.
Yeah,
We're
thank you.
we're restarting WoW. So, we have now WoW Plus, WoW Premium, and WoW Basic. So we had to do a reset. So we're
Oh,
resetting
nice.
our directory, and because before it was more, with the Google Docs, and it was more chaotic, and now we have a little bit more control. So
Yeah, yeah, because I remember I still have access to the Google Doc on one of my old emails, but
yep.
the email that I have,
Yeah, because we figured rather to give traffic to Google, we want to give traffic to our website.
exactly, yeah,
It doesn't make sense. I mean, the Google Docs were good to start off as a base, but then you want to lean off of that and bring it to your website.
exactly, yeah.
Yep. Welcome back, everybody. How was that?
Wow.
Wow.
The wowiest.
Oh,
It
wow.
Down
was,
now,
you
brown
know,
cow.
I think that this is a really amazing thing. And the one thing that is coming out of all of my groups is this main question. Every single person who was looking at all your happy faces today talking about networking, please make sure that you add your names to the WOW directories. Because the one way that you guys are going to be recognized, and you're going to find it, every single person, whether you were here before or not, must add your information into the WOW directory.
Yep. And we'll go to next. I'm going to ask Janine, can you please introduce yourself and also tell us about your podcast interviews that we're going to do for WOW Plus members, that they'll have the privilege to do a 15-minute podcast with you, and also the question of the week. A lot. I know
Very
it's a lot.
quickly,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is Janine Bolin. I'm with White Glove Broadcasting. We help you get on 121 internet-based platforms and 64 radio stations. Also, we are working with WOW, and what we're doing is for those WOW Plus members, you will have a 45-minute interview with me, yours truly. You will go up not only on the WOW YouTube channel and website, you will also be broadcast on those 121 platforms through our service. The question of the week is, what is it that you want to work on when it comes to your networking skills this year for 2023?
Thank you, Janine. You did a fabulous job. Thank you so much. There we go. Hello. Hi, Danielle. I don't know if you can hear me. You can, you're muted.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? Welcome to Winning on
Nice to
Wednesday.
see you.
Nice to
Thanks
see
so
you.
much for having me.
Yeah. Just so you know, you're being recorded. Just anytime that you come to the main rooms, you are being recorded, but in the breakout rooms, you are not being recorded. Just FYI. So
Oh,
welcome.
great. Thanks for telling me that.
Yes.
I also want to make sure that I register with you guys
Sure.
so
How
that
did
'cause
you?
I'm a newbie.
Yeah. How did you hear about us?
Well, I have some friends
Oh,
that
you
are
do?
here.
Wow.
So
Wow.
they connected me to you, and they
Oh,
are,
wow.
you come and yeah, I hear such great things about your networking.
Oh,
and
great.
this-
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we try, we have a good group of people that are here to help out one another and in the business world. And, that's always, you always need friends everywhere, especially to help you. Friends will
It's
help
all
you get
about
by.
connections. It's
And
all
the
about connections.
and sometimes you can't do this all by yourself. You need
Oh my gosh, of course not. You're right.
and when I first started my business, I didn't know, and I didn't have nobody to help me, and I had to find a lot of stuff on my own. So now that I have the pleasure of I have my own networking group, I'd love to help people and connect people, and to me, it's a pleasure.
Oh,
It's a
that's
pure
so
pleasure.
nice.
It's pure joy to connect people, and that's what I do all day long. So it makes my days go
Wow.
by quick. I mean, do like 10 to 20 calls a day, and it's just before you know it, I blink my eyes, it's Monday, and before you know it's Friday. It's like,
It
wow,
goes
it
so
goes
fast.
super fast.
But I'm
Yes.
sure what you do is like feeding your soul to get everybody connected from all parts of the areas, from
It-
different states, from, bringing everybody together, all the business owners, and they gain clarity and they have the momentum and
Yeah.
the freedom to, just connect is this
It-
is what it's all about.
It's interesting you said that because a few years ago I ran for state office. I ran for New York State Assembly, and I would have, when you run for office, sometimes you have your good days and your bad days. When I had bad days, what really got me was the people, the energy of the
Oh,
people.
yes.
So
Nice.
that's the reason why I knocked over 7,000 doors, because I had many, many bad
Wow.
days. And to knock over 7,000 dollars, but to your point, it's the energy of the people that make you do and continue to do,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's the inspiration stories you hear behind them, and those it makes you feel much better, better, and that you want to do better, and you want to become a better person when you hear other people's stories. It's really interesting.
It lifts your spirits up.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Hey, Bill, how are you, Bill?
Good. How are you? Sorry
Good.
about that. Got stuck
No,
on
no
a
worries, no
previous
worries.
networking call.
Hey, Danielle, what do you do, by the way,
So-
if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, so I have my business is Warm Hearts Family,
Okay.
and talk about like connecting, because what I do is like more for companionship, grief companions, and bringing people together
Oh, okay.
in that whole grieving arena. So
Mhm.
if they've had a loss, or they're encountering, like hardship, divorce, whatever, loss of a job, loss of a pet, I can go on. The list we have tons of grief in the world. So
Yes.
I'm pretty much a newbie, but I'm excited for this venture and
Yeah. Well, welcome.
keep learning and all that.
Welcome back, everybody. How was that?
Wow.
Wow.
I got
It's-
in first.
Okay. You got it.
No, we really have to work on that.
Yeah.
We really have to work on.
Is Patty still with us? So many people here. Is
Yes,
Patty?
she is.
Hey, Patty, would you like to do the wow wave now?
Oh, absolutely. So the Wow Wave is the time when we give shout outs to anybody that has offered us a referral, or we've done a one-on-one, or maybe they invited you to this group. Anybody that you can give a shout out. This is not a time to promote your business or any event. That can go in the chat. And since we are talking about giving this shout out, because of our question of the day, I just want to suggest to everybody as a challenge, if you connect one person on this WOW group this week to somebody, that will be 58 referrals that go out from the WOW group. So find yourself somebody, make a referral this week. So if you want to participate in the WOW wave, you go to reaction, you raise your hands, and then Juan will call on you.
Raise your hands if you're sure. Next, we'll go to Rich. Rich Byer, how are you, Rich? It was nice
Rich
to see you, by the way.
I am awesome, and it was so much fun to see you guys on Wednesday last week. It has such a good time. So I wanted to say thank you to Juan, Robin, and Craig for putting that event together. And it was just to not see people like this was just so much fun, right? And Shah, I know Shah is here in one of the, she's on the screen somewhere. I just want to give a shout out to her because we've been doing a lot of work together lately, and it's like a match made in heaven. And we would not have met if it were not through WOW.
Wow. That's all I have to say is wow. Excellent. Thank you, Rich. Next, we go to Sandra. Sandra.
Yes, I want to say kudos or big up to the real estate team of Shannon and Jesse and more. They had a great real estate group meeting, and I walked away with a wealth of information about homeowners insurance that I can add to my real estate toolbox. I also had a great one-on-one with Diana Sutu. She's a debt conversion specialist, and she shared with me the system that she's using with her clients for them to pay off their debt fast and save thousands. So guys, check her out, because if you have huge payments, mortgage, car, and loan, she might just be the person to help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Jan. Thank you. Jan.
Yes, I wanted to thank Sharon Davis. She's become part of the Zuma family. We're going to be doing her payroll shortly, so I'm very happy with that. Yeah. And looking forward to the Janine interview whenever that's going to happen. And also, I want to thank you, Juan. I noticed you put my picture up there this week with my mustache, which I had for over 45 years, 50 years, I got rid of. So thanks again for the
Thank you, Jan. Thank you for supporting always. Next, we go to Janine.
Well, first of all, I have to say big shout outs to Joel Solomon, Daryl Haberman, and Patty Scallion. You guys helped me with the 99 author project. We ended up getting 52 authors. The book starts being written February 1st, and I'll be making call outs for beta readers at that time. And then Robin Chatskin, thank you so much for helping me go away, headed to Australia for my sabbatical. Thank you so much. And Rich Byer, thank you for telling me who's short, who's tall, and who's epic when it came to meeting these people in person. I'm all the way out in Denver, Colorado. I can't make it to your walk-in. So thanks for letting me live vicariously through you. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Next, we go to Mark Siegel.
Stop and start networking with each other. Right. I had a great conversation 2 weeks ago, actually, with Roe Avador. Really, really great. I don't even think we spoke about business. We just had a really great conversation about life, the universe, and everything. I appreciate Janine Boland sharing with me the beta copy of her book, which includes some audio stuff. It's really cool. And I will have that review to you by the end of the week, the deadline. So, and Patty Scallon, thank you so much for the healthy products that I am using. And I will give you feedback as soon as I notice significant results from that. So, and yeah, do the one-on-ones, get to know each other, do business with people you know, like, and trust, right? It starts with knowing them.
Exactly. Next we go to thank you. Next we go to Craig.
Yes, thank you very much. I had a awesome one-to-one with Andrea Pass, who does great public relations. It really seems like she cares about the work that she does and the clients that she works with. I had another one-to-one with Mike, I'm going to kill the last name, Bernier, I think it is, who's a home inspector in Long Island, who signed up for Plethora, so I'm very excited about that. And outside my network, a big shout out to David Feinberg, who from where he is told someone that I met over the summer about my app, and then they signed up simply because he said so. So, hey, the power of WOW.
Thank you. Thank you. Next we go. Thank you. Next we go. Tim Daniels.
Thanks, Juan. So I don't think she's here with us today, but I'm going to shout out to her anyway, and maybe I'll do it again another time, to Vicki Elner. because oftentimes people will make introductions and referrals, but I found in a couple of cases, and one very recently here this last week, that Vicky goes above and beyond the call. She went out and she actually qualified the person, try to get their needs pinned down a little bit for me, helping position it, and then make the call. So she's a very extra mile in terms of making warm handoffs that are on target, and I just appreciate the effort she puts into it.
Excellent. Thank you, Tim. And next we go to Bill.
Yeah, I have to give a shout out the great one-to-one I had with James Licata. If you haven't spoken to James, how many of you have spoken to James? But if you haven't, you got to set up a one-to-one with him. He's a great guy to chat with, a lot of fun. So please don't miss the opportunity.
Thanks, Bill. And next we go to Karen.
So I have a shout out. I had a one-to-one. I don't know if it was our second or our third with Mudassar Rashid. And we had a great conversation, as we always do. We talked, we laughed, but we ended up talking about the possibility of working together. So my homework assignment was to figure out how we were going to do that. So I'll let you know once I figure it out.
Okay, and that last but not least, Robin.
Yes, so a couple of things. I wanted to also thank Greg, and Daryl and all the people that showed up. We had an amazing time. Thank you to Scott Silverglide for my beautiful new business cards. And to everybody who has been starting to join and become WOW Plus members and WOW Elite members. If you need any information, give us a call. Please make sure that you guys put your information into the directories, because with the question of the week also comes the ability to be able to find each other. So please make sure that you do that.
Thank you. Patty?
Yes, so I had a one-on-one with Chris Denver. Really interesting because he takes a different take on what he does. He's relatively new to our group, which is fun that we were able to do that. And Sharon Noonan, she also was new last week, so we did a one-on-one, and it's just great to get to know these people and see how we might be able to help them and refer them.
Thank you. Robin, do you want to do the polls?
Yes. So we have a wonderful opportunity to be able to do a headshot marathon with Jose Serrano here on Long Island. So I apologize for those who are not locally here, but you're certainly welcome to come. So how many of you would be interested? We're trying to do scheduling for a weekend, a weekday, or evening. Which one works the best for you guys? So there we are.
Robin, I'm sorry, where's the location?
The location is going to be, it's in Garden City. I'm here on Long Island. There'll be at least 2 different days. So we're trying to figure out, what's the best for everybody.
And we'll work with other photographers in your region. So we'll do that too in the future.
Absolutely. So, it's a 15-minute session for 2 fully, and you'll get more information about this. Everybody will get 2 headshots, and I'm just glad to, so it seems to be pretty even for that.
Yeah.
So Jose.
Weekend is winning. The weekend is winning.
The weekend, we're winning on weekends. Okay. No, yeah, it's all good. So we're gonna let you know. Hopefully we'll try to do one of each. And we'll do the best that we can, but we want to be able to do this because one of the things I know from a networking standpoint, and Frederick needed something, we needed a headshot for me the other day, and I did not have a formal one. It's time. So this all started, and Marie, she's shaking her head. This came from something that I needed personally.
I'm going to share results here, and here it is. It's pretty much tied.
So it's tied. So basically we need all 3. Okay. Thank you
so we're going to open the room. So what was the question of the week?
The question of the week. What is it about your networking that you would like to work on?
Okay, here we go.
Nobody's there. Hello?
Hey, Charlie, how are you? I just got back. I just took a break.
Okay, I was wondering what happened.
Yeah. What's going on? We're in the breakout rooms right now. So hold on a second. Let me
Yeah,
see.
no, I disappeared. I didn't go in anywhere.
Okay.
You
It's
left
weird.
me out.
It left you
Yeah.
out.
You left me out.
Hold on. Let me see.
Typical of you, Juan.
There you go. All right.
Sorry about that. I left prematurely pushing the wrong button. Didn't mean to do that. You want to bump me back in? I'm fine. I can hang with you guys.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Actually, I was being distracted. I get too many text messages and stuff, and I didn't realize the time was done. I had to close the room.
No. Just I was pushing to enter something in the chat, and I pushed the leave the room button. I wish it was more deliberate than that as a concept. Oh, that's funny. So, how you guys doing?
We're doing great. And it's talking about the chat. I don't seem to be having. I just keep saving it as I.
Well,
I haven't been having the problem.
It's a new. I'm going to interrupt. It's a new thing with Zoom. It's after each chat, they erase the entire chat section.
So what I mentioned to people was that instead of focus on the chat, because if we do record, it gets saved and stored, and we have a backup copy. Focus on networking. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. How was that?
It was great.
Okay,
Wow.
excellent,
Wow.
excellent, excellent.
A lot of really creative ideas and information.
Okay, excellent. Let's ask. You know what? I'm gonna ask. Let me see here. Oh, let's.
How about Shannon?
Yeah, Shannon. Where's Shannon? Shannon, would you also like to tell us also about the real estate group for WOW? And
Wait, you just muted yourself. Hang on.
yeah, if you can introduce yourself and the question of the week, and also talk a little bit about the WOW real estate.
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, whatever it is. I'm Shannon with Jovia Financial Credit Union. I help you buy a mortgage. Buy a home, refinance your home, second home, or investment property. And the question of the week is, sorry, I had it right here. What networking skills do you want to work on for yourself?
Hi, Greg. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
All right, good. Did you come out of the breakout room? So did you get kicked out or?
I have to say, I thought this started at 12.
Oh, no, we're ending actually. We're ending. We're actually ending. So we came in, no worries. How'd you hear about us anyway?
Honestly, I forget who told me. But they said this is really cool and I should be a part of it. So I
Yeah,
thought
it's at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know where are you located, Greg?
in Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut. Oh, excellent. Excellent. And what do you do real quick?
I'm the head of a company called UB Sports. We're a Web3 website and apps built for athletes to help athletes in all sports get as good as they want to get and get recruited and enjoy life healthy and fit throughout their lifetime.
Question, do you know Dan Schaefer? Dr. Dan Schaefer?
That's who told me about you guys.
I kind of figured that much, so I
Yeah,
knew.
amazing. I love that guy.
I know him for many, many years. So
me
yeah.
too.
But it's come back and today we had 60 people. So we're coming at the end. Yeah, wow, we're coming at the end. And right now we just right here. Welcome back, everybody. How was that, everybody? Good.
What an incredible meeting. And thank you everybody for sharing so much of your great ideas.
It was so wow, I lost my breath.
Okay. Well, that concludes our meeting for Winning on Wednesday. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending. And we've learned so much. Thank you so much for the feedback. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
bye-bye.
good week.
Take care.
Thank you. This is Grant.
Okay, let me just stop the recording. Okay. Everybody's going out.
Are we having a marketing meeting?
Yeah, well, we can stick by. Yep, we'll stick by. I have, we'll absolutely, and we'll, for some reason.